Hi, I'm Reg Presley and welcome to the UFO Show. Last week, Colin and I went up to London with Professor Chang and some cameramen to find out or try to discover what was going on with the Roswell footage. This is what happened.
In Roswell, New Mexico, in the United States, back in July 1947, more than 500 people claimed to have seen a UFO, a disc-shaped object, crash into the desert. The material was recovered with alien bodies and removed by the US government, since which time a veil of secrecy has been placed around the whole subject. That material has now become available through Mr. Santilli, Ray Santilli, here in London, who has purchased the material from one of the US military intelligence personnel on the site at the time. We've come here with Reg Presley to interview Mr. Santilli for the first time on public television, and will be given an opportunity to see footage which has not been released to the public and is about to be released. Potentially, this is the most important material to be made public associated with the UFO phenomena, and could actually change our perception of the universe and indeed the way we think, due to the material which I think the world is about to see.
And Ray, how did this actually come up on this French magazine?
Yeah, it's interesting because the French broadcasted a programme this week advertising the release of the footage on the 28th of August. And what had happened was that a number of companies had lifted the pictures just from the TV screen. And in fact, in Italy, it was on the front page of a number of Italian newspapers as well.
Thank you.
Just lifted from the the TV programme. Okay. The answer to the first question: what have Kodak said? Kodak have 3 different offices of Kodak, one in Scandinavia, the other one in the UK, and also in the States, have come back to us and said that the footage is confirmed as either 1927, 1947 or 1967. We can eliminate 27 because many of the items that you see on the screen were not around in 1927, and which only leaves 47 or 67. So if it was hoaxed, it would have been hoaxed at one of those 2 periods of time. The negative film stock apparently doesn't last longer than a couple of years. So the latest you're looking at is maybe 71 for a hoax at that time. We've brought in special effects companies and model makers and that, and we've asked them if the technology was around at the time to hoax to the level that you've just seen, and they've all confirmed that they don't think so, and in fact they think the footage is genuine anyway. And if you think about it, it's quite a coincidence that the one of the years is 47, which is exactly the year it needs to be.
Why? And how did you come by the film originally?
We came by the film, and this is a matter of public record now almost, but 2 years ago we were doing some research on a music documentary, and we were in the States looking for some early footage of people like Bill Haley, Pat Boone and Elvis Presley, and we came across what was a freelance cameraman of the 50s, and at that time he was commissioned by Universal News to do some shooting because there was apparently a union strike on, and we bought some footage from him in relation to that particular program, and it was just a cash acquisition. And at that time he asked us if we were interested in a completely different subject, and explained what it was, and of course we were all very interested.
This is Roswell,
yeah. And at that time I didn't know what Roswell was and had no real interest in the subject, but someone says to you they've got alien autopsy footage, obviously you're interested. So we flew down to where he was storing the film, which was at his house, which was some distance away from where we met him. And we viewed the footage, and it was quite incredible. And even from his house, I was able to call at that time Kodak with the codes that I could see on the film, and ask them to verify what it was. And even at that time on the telephone, they verified to me that the film stock was 1927, 47 or 67 because of the codes. And he snipped away some of the leader tape and also a couple of the frames for us to take back to the UK to get it verified. Then the problem was that our partner, or my partner, in terms of companies in the project at that time, didn't really want to, or wasn't able to go ahead with the deal because of the finances that were required and the contractual situation. So it took almost another year for us to finalise, the deal with the cameraman, in terms of us coming up with the money and purchasing it.
And what do you think actually of the film yourself?
I've got the advantage of having dealt first hand with the cameraman that filmed it, and I think everyone that's seen it will agree the film is convincing. And I have, as I say, the advantage of dealing with the cameraman first hand. I believe that the cameraman that we dealt with was genuine. He was the cameraman that was there that filmed it, and so I'm.
Can you name names or?
Well, no, not really. But I mean, I'm completely satisfied he is who he says he is. I mean, we've researched him. We've gone through his photo album, his diaries. We've gone through, we've seen his enrolment paper, his discharge papers. He was who he says he was. And now he's in his 80s. He's just an ordinary guy. Hasn't, and as said before, hasn't made a great deal of money, but he's just a regular person. The deal he did with us was probably one of the best and biggest deals that he's ever done for footage.
I take it we're all going to be able to see this and get it from you, from a mail order, is it?
Yeah, the raw footage, untreated, uncut, will be sold only through mail order. Various major broadcasters around the world will be doing their own programs based on the footage, and they have the option of selecting what they want, colorising what they want, and treating it as they like.
They can actually colorise the black and white film now?
Yeah, the technology's there to do it quite easily. But if the enthusiasts want to see the footage as we received it, that's available through that will be available through mail order. At the moment, we're just tying up that situation, with distributors, but that will be posted around generally. So at the end of this week, we can probably inform you, how to go about that.
But you're thinking about August time?
Well, we'll start taking the orders quite soon, but the worldwide ship-out date of the programme will be the 28th of August, and then all the mail order will be delivered, and also it will be available on retail, or the documentaries will be available on retail.
Well, thank you very much, Ray, and I hope it all goes well. I think we're all looking forward to it.
Good.
Okay. Brett?
I know this is crazy, but if you had to wind this up in about a minute, how would you do that? What would you say to the viewers?
I think I would say that we have evidence from 2 major Asian countries that this material is more than likely real, and then in considering the leading forensic pathologist report in this country from Dr. Milroy, saying that the brain that he saw when he witnessed the autopsy himself was not consistent with any human brain he has ever seen. I think that is where we should leave it, and more information is coming, more things to consider.
So, I recommend that if you want to know more about this whole situation, there is a Roswell movie in your video shops now. So if you can get yourself up to date, and then maybe more of this will make sense to you. Thanks for watching. Bye.